mama Africa. Watoto wanalia, abana bakawa.
We have the lady herself, and Jozy, welcome to Power Chat.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely fabulous. First and foremost, I'm going to ask you the most simplest question.
Okay.
People ask you, why do you call yourself LadyBoss?
Why do I don't call myself LadyBoss? It was the name that was given to me by my friends. Maybe it has something to do with like I'm a boss. Do you know what I mean? So,
she wants to be in charge all the time. Is it you want to be in charge?
Something like that. Something like that. But
well,
I don't know.
For today, I'm in charge.
Okay.
A LadyBoss.
So, yes.
Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You are the what you call the international ambassador for Life and Hope Uganda.
Yes, I am.
Could you tell us what that entails? What is that? What is that all about?
Yeah, well, Life and Hope Uganda is a youth charity that works with street children, young people, and what they do, they get these kids to educate each other, on like social issues, health issues. They use the arts, develop their skills. So for me as an international ambassador for this charity, my role is mainly to raise awareness, get people talking about the charity, get fundraising for the charity. Bring these issues that we deal with in Uganda to an international stage.
Okay, you're saying your job is to raise the profile.
Raise profile, yeah.
How is that? How is the profile of this charity in the UK? How is it going in the UK, and how is it going internationally?
Internationally, I was appointed earlier on this summer, so we're in the process of registering the charity in the UK. We've had a few events already. We've had a Life and Hope clothing drive in July. So those are some of the activities that we're undertaking.
Okay, that's fabulous. You're saying you've done a few events.
Yeah. And
one of the events you did, which I've just mentioned in July,
yes,
that was a clothes drive.
Yes.
Could you just tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, the clothing drive in Uganda with the charity, I think it's in its 3rd or 4th year running. But here, it was our first one. We wanted to align it every June. The entire month is dedicated to like collecting clothing items. And the reason we do this is to we ask people to donate any unwanted clothing or household items, and we use it for relief efforts in Uganda. For example, if there's a flooding, or if there's been some sort of unsettlement in communities, Life and Hope has in the past gone in, helped households get back on their feet. And this is one way we do it. So like the clothes that you donate, we have a clothing bank. We also have a food bank. So we go into these communities that have been left with nothing, and something as simple as a dress or shorts for young kids, or shoes, or even like household items like plates, cups, anything. These people have nothing, so this is the way we collect the items, and that's how we use
the clothes drive that you're doing. We'd like to first of all say we at Power Chat, we absolutely we commend you and we salute you for doing what you're doing, and long may it continue. We love charities best in Uganda coming here in Europe and the world, and trying to let the world know that also us in Uganda, we're helping each other. We've got a charity and it's working, it's running, and we want the world to know that we're actually doing something.
Yeah, it's one of our taglines actually, like, for Ugandans, by Ugandans. I mean, you couldn't have put it better. Yeah. It's us coming together and helping less fortunate or needy, those in need. So it's a good movement. It's a good thing.
Okay, since you're on this clothing line,
Yes.
once you've done the drive for the month,
Yeah.
what happens to the are the clothes put together, and then once they're put together, and then you then select the families? How do you do the allocation of the items?
I mean, it's a team effort. We've got businesses and organizations like NTV coming on to support and help provide transporting these items, because once the bags are packed and collected, we need to then transport it to wherever we keep it and store it safely. And NTV has been very helpful. We have the National Theatre that provide the venue where we collect it from. I mean, as far as selecting who gets what, it's a matter of, for example, there is no set criteria, but we will know, like, okay, this year we want to help, for example, a village in Karamoja, which is what has just happened with the items collected this year. It's about, we do visits, we visit villages, areas, if we know like something has just happened in this area, so like what can we do to help them? Okay. That's the sort of criteria we use. Like it's not a set like, okay, we need to go here, or this year we go here, but it's where is the need, and we have people visiting these places and recommending. Obviously again, we do have some pictures of what you're doing, and just what we're going through is what you're doing now. Thank you. Yeah.
What we wanted to aim to is things like how do you get to choose who because as we all know, a large part of Uganda is really it's I would say impoverished, but they need things. They're in need.
Yes.
So how do you find a family and say, right, that family's having it, and then if you give it to that family, that the other family going, why didn't you give us? How do you pick people to have the charitable club?
Yeah, I mean, the aim for these items, the food bank and the clothing bank items, is not to just go and distribute to any poor community, is to help relieve efforts. So like, there are people that maybe their houses collapsed, there's been rain and they've been left with nothing through flooding, or things like that. So those are the people we're looking at, because we want to help someone get back on their feet, not just to like maintain their lifestyle, but also just to be like, okay, you don't have a place to stay, you don't have anything to wear, you don't have anything to eat, and like so it's finding out. We have teams that are really visiting places and finding out what is going on in villages or townships, and that's how they recommend they come about.
Dr. Parcha, we are speaking to Jojo, LadyBoss. I mean,
Thank you.
I like LadyBoss.
You like saying it?
Yeah, I like LadyBoss.
I like it too.
Should I call myself Man Boss?
No, your music. you already have a name.
All right. We've been talking about the clothes that we've been doing, the charity you're doing.
Yes.
What from out there might want to know is that once they've given out the clothes they've given, because a lot of people are very charitable.
Yes. And
people want to give, and there are what they want to know is these clothes are not going to end in a winter market, for instance. They're not going to end up in this market or that market in Uganda.
Or just Ray's boutique.
Or just
yes.
Some boutique somewhere in Kampala.
Yeah.
So we want to know, what proof do you have that the clothes people are giving actually go to the people?
Yeah, thank you for that question. It's very important for us, or for me, to stress, like, when we do come to a community, and and request for their help or take from a community, we are very transparent, and it's been something I personally wanted to stress. Transparency, like, this is what I'm doing with your items. I want to thank the community in London, for example, that has just completed the Life and Hope clothing drive. We had it at the Today a Kampala event. My friend Enoch was very, gracious in accepting us and allowing us to use his venue and his, event to collect these items. So I want to thank them. But working with professionals, people like Enoch Chimboa, you do learn a lot. For example, I was introduced to the guys from Salabed. So it was very seamless. It happened so that we collected the items, but Salabed, they're a cargo company, they had offered to actually collect the items from the venue, pack them, and ship them straight to our officers in Kampala. So yeah, when we do, it's very important that people understand when you do give us items, they are going to the cause and there is no in between. And I'm very happy to answer such questions when people want to know, like, okay, if I give you something, it's not ending up at Jozy's boutique. Do you know what I mean? Definitely not happening. It's going straight to the cause.
You're saying it's going straight. It is easy to say it's going straight. A lot of things are going straight. We've got all these big charities like Live Aid and Oxfam and all these. Some of their bosses are earning so much money. So what we're saying is that we want the proof that people actually get in this stuff, and they actually benefit from this stuff. It's what people ask for. Because people really do want to give.
And it's what encourages. I was surprised. We only had a month to plan the clothing drive, and encourage Londoners to give. The Ugandan community to come along and support the cause. And I was very surprised, considering it was a Sunday, people have work the next day. I was very surprised at the amount of items that we collected. But also that just goes to show us when people trust or believe in what you're doing, if someone is going to, for example, if someone wants to put their item forward, do you know what I mean? They want to be made to feel like it's going
somewhere
in the right place, and that's what we do, and that's what we try and do. I don't want to talk about any other charities and what they've done in the past, but I know for me and my team, it's very important that we say to people, okay, can you help us do this? And once we've done it, it's very important that we need to be seen to be doing the right thing or what we say we're going to do.
Okay. You've mentioned what you've got in Papa. You've mentioned swimathon, and obviously I'm not so sure about.
You're still convinced there's a swimming pool? I'm gonna
swimathon. I know you've got swimming pools in hotels and restaurants and all that, but I'm like, is that an actual leisure centre in Uganda where?
Yeah, this is a swimming pool.
If you have it, we respect you for that. You go where they're swimming, and what's happening with that?
Yeah, you sign on. Basically, this is what it is. We're finding people to sign on, and also choose what amount of laps. Say, for example, someone can do 25 laps and raise money that way. Someone can do 30 laps. I can do 1 lap or 10 laps, But yeah, I was really, really encouraged.
Anyone out there, just in case you ever find yourself in Lake Victoria and you're sort of drowning.
No, we're not drowning into the lake.
But always call and running. I'm a very, very, very good swimmer. I can do 25 laps just like that.
See, he doesn't want to swim in the swimming pool. We're taking him to the lake.
I'll go.
Through that. So yeah, if you would like to become a volunteer to help us carry out the work in our community, would like you to sign on, send us your details, a name and email at lifeandhopeinitiatives@gmail.com.
We're putting up all this information on the screen, so for those guys who are a little bit slow at writing, like my dad, they'll get it.
At least it's faster than you running music, you know. I wanted to thank the London community, Ugandan community in London that came out to the clothing drive, our first ever, surpassed our expectations. So we would like to thank you for your generosity. I want to thank Salabed Cargo, who helped us come and pack up and ship these items. We want to thank Mr. Enoch Chimboa of Today Kampala and Club 791 in Croydon, for hosting us and running our events. So thank you so much.
No problem. You've been tuning to Poucher, and we'll see you on the next show. Take care. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Mama Africa, watoto wanalia, abana bakawa.